There's a folder in your parents' cupboard with your name on it. Your father bought that policy because he loved you, because he wanted you to have something at 50. It's going to cost you nearly 30 lakh rupees. Not pay you, cost you. And every single figure I'm about to put on the screen comes from LIC's own paperwork. Not my opinion, they're documents. Let's open the folder. Now, before I take a single rupee off this thing, let me argue for it, properly. Somebody's father or uncle or a family friend with an agency sat in a living room and sold this policy. And it worked. It forced people to save every year, whether they felt like it or not. Somebody with an endowment has more at 50 than somebody who bought nothing. That's real. It pays out if you die. The maturity is tax-free. And for a generation with no index funds and no way to check, it was a reasonable thing to buy. Nobody here is a villain, not even the agent. He was sold this too. And here's what makes this genuinely hard. In year one, this policy beats an index fund. 47,000 against 39,000. Your father wasn't fooled. In year one, he was right. So that's the side I'm on. And by the end of this video, I think you'll agree with me that it should never have been sold to you as an investment. Because it's called an investment, so what's the return? Simple question. A child could ask it. Go find your policy document or your parents. Look for a percentage, any percentage at all. It isn't there. It is not printed anywhere in that document. So guess, put a number in the comments right now before you know the answer. What does your family's policy actually earn? I'll tell you at the end, and I want you to scroll up and see what you guessed. Here's how the bonus works in LIC's own words, not mine. Bonus rates per 1,000 rupees of sum assured. Read that again, per 1,000 of sum assured. That's the face value of your policy, 10 lakh rupees, and it never changes. So 10 lakh divided by 1,000 times 47 rupees. 47,000 a year. Not 47,000 and growing, 47,000, full stop. Because the bonus is calculated on the 10 lakh you started with, never on what your policy has grown into. It never earns a bonus on its own bonus. And that's the whole thing. Compounding is when your returns start earning returns. This product is structurally incapable of it. It isn't a bad version of compounding. It isn't compounding at all. Remember year one, the policy won. Year 25, the policy earns 47,000 rupees. The index fund earns 6,98,000. 15 times more. Same year, same money going in. One of them is a straight line, the other one is the curve. And watch what that does. The bonus never changes. The pile it sits on keeps growing, so your return quietly collapses, and it collapses because you held on. Every other long-term product on Earth rewards you for time. This one charges you for it. And it gets worse. I pulled LIC's own bonus table from 2011. Jeevan Anand, term over 20 years, 47 rupees per 1,000. 2025. Same plan family, same term band, 47 rupees per 1,000. 15 years, the identical number. 15 years of inflation, rent, groceries, school fees, and the bonus didn't move 1 rupee. In real terms, it's worth about half what it was. The straight line isn't just flat inside your policy. It's flat across decades. Now, the number that changed how I look at this entire product. Everything I've told you assumes you hold this policy for 25 years. That's the deal. You suffer the bad return, you get your money at the end. LIC files its own persistency data. Financial year 26, by number of policies, 46.88% survive to year 5. 53% don't make it to year 5, more than half, and about 35% don't survive 12 months. Now, what does leaving early cost? This is LIC's own surrender table. Leave in year 1, you get back 12% of everything you paid. 12, you lose 88%. Leave in year 5, you get back 55. Now put that together. 35% of policies don't survive year 1, those people lose 88% of their money. 53% are gone by year 5. And the agent's commission, roughly 35% of your first year's premium, was paid up front. Year 1. So most buyers pay the expensive part, then leave before the part that was supposed to make up for it. Which means the bad return isn't the bad outcome. The bad return is the good outcome. 5% is what you get if everything goes right. So, at the start, I asked you to guess. Scroll up, look at your number. Here's the answer, and here's why you couldn't find it. The regulator, ERDI, requires every insurer to print a benefit illustration at two assumed returns, 4% and 8%. That's what LIC's fund is assumed to earn. That big maturity figure your father was shown, that's the 8% column. So there is a percentage in your document. It says 8, it's just not yours. I downloaded LIC's own brochure, their own example, and I ran their numbers. When LIC's fund earns 8%, you get 3.67. Then there's the other column, 4%, the one nobody shows you. In LIC's own example, you pay $2,44,000 over 35 years and get back $2,56,000. 35 years, 12,000 rupees of gain, 0.27%. Both columns are on the same page. LIC printed them both. Now, LIC's actual declared bonus today is better than their own illustration. Call it 5%, so pick whichever you trust, 3.7 or 5. Neither of them is 8. The only return printed in your policy document is the one that isn't yours. Same money, just split. Term insurance for a 25-year-old, about 600 rupees a month. That buys 1 crore of cover. 1 crore. The rest, about 3,000 a month, into a nifty index fund. The policy, 10 lakh of cover and roughly 23 lakh at 50. The split, 1 crore of cover and about 59 lakh. 10 times the cover, 2.5 times the money, the same rupees leaving your account. And before you tell me 12% is optimistic, run it at 8. You still win, on both. In finance, you almost always trade one thing for another. When splitting a product beats the bundle on both sides at once, the bundle was never priced for you. Now the part other videos won't do. Do not go and surrender your policy tonight. Please. Surrendering early is exactly how you lose the most. Someone 20 years in is in a completely different position from someone 2 years in, and a rule of thumb from a stranger on YouTube is not how you make that call. One thing worth checking tonight. If your policy was issued before October 2024, the newer, friendlier surrender rules don't apply to it. And that's most of you. And don't call your uncle. He wasn't lying to you. He was sold this by people who were sold this. Nobody had to be dishonest for the arithmetic to come out this way. I can't tell you what to do with your policy. I can tell you what it earns, which is more than the document ever did. That's the reason this channel exists, not to tell you what to buy, to help you read the thing you already signed.